Okay, testing, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. The rain in Spain falls mainly on the plains. Zions in France, stay mainly in your bonds. All right, the messages just went out that I started this, so let's give it a few seconds. Anyways, let me remind you that trading is risky, not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results, but it's always a good idea to stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, and never risk money you cannot afford to lose. Ew. It's not very good. So let me say it again. Let me remind you that trading is risky, not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results, but please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, and never risk money you cannot afford to lose. My name is Wayne McDonald. I am the Chief FX Market Strategist for Tradersway.com, and we want you to succeed. We're a foreign exchange broker, and we look at these webinars as a way for us to invest into your future success today up front. And perhaps I can earn your loyalty and respect. And if so, when you are ready to trade real money or even open a demo account, you will choose Tradersway.com. So visit us. Demo account takes 30 seconds. Check out our execution speed. Check out our world-class customer service. Check out our spreads. But if you prefer an ECN account, you can do that. If you prefer a fixed spread account, you can do that. If you prefer a variable spread account, you can do that. I like to say it's your way at Trader's Way with Trader Wayne. So anyways, ni hao ma. How are you today? Comment allez-vous? Today we're going to do commodities and currencies. We're going to do technical and fundamental analysis. Probably more technical than fundamental. If you're watching this live on YouTube, please take 1 second, I suppose, maybe 3 seconds, and subscribe to the channel. This way, when I do these impromptu pop-up live streaming webinars, you are alerted. You just click on subscribe, and then there's a little bell or something. You click that, and it just brings you right into the webinar. So that's really cool. Also, when I do webinars on Forex.Today, I'll upload the videos here on this channel, so you're also kept up to date. So, okay. Also, it'd be really cool if you gave this video a like, or even more cool, left a comment, just like, "Hey Wayne, that was awesome. Thank you, Wayne," or "This was the greatest webinar I ever saw in my entire life. You are a genius." And I'll say, "Oh, cool." I'll thumb up you back. RJ's already liked. Thank you, RJ. All right, so without further ado, let us be going. WTI, West Texas crude. Going back not long. Here, I got to sit way back here like this. All right. Going back not long ago, I believe it was 2 weeks ago, we created a trade plan of oil would bounce up at this price, or oil would bounce up at this price. So we had plan A and plan B. Plan A, kind of worked and then kind of failed on us. Got down to plan B, which you can see is last week's bottom, with the bottom for June. Okay, so we took price action support with market support. Price action obviously being on price, but market support is pivot points, which is based on what happened in the previous market period, right? So one is price-based support, the other one is market-based support. So that was plan B, okay? So looking at this now, what we're hoping, I think we had 64 as the bottom, 64-ish, right? So now we tried to swing it up. This week's swing trade on WTI for bulls was to buy it in this zone here with a target of this red zone here. And you can see if you traded that Friday or Monday, you're off to the races now, because you would have been long, what, 65, and now we're at 67, almost 68. Hey, $3 on oil is pretty good. One standard contract, $3. I think that's $3,000. So you could say, well, that's like 300 pips, Wayne. And I'll say, yeah. So if you'd taken it on Monday, especially it's like basically Sunday, based on New York time, it's still that, right? You're up almost 400 pips since then. Okay. What's going on? There's a bit of a lag, huh? I just noticed YouTube's having trouble. What if I went to, oops, I didn't need to do that. speedtest.net. Huh, I don't know why YouTube would be lagging here. Is my internet down? No? No, I'm pulling 60. Yeah, it's weird. So I'm pulling 60. Huh. It's really strange. So yeah, weird. Wonder what it is. Well, I'll just keep going with it. Maybe the actual recording will be better than the live. I don't know why that'd be so lame. But anyway, so WTI is Oscar Mike. Coming up to the eventual target, should be heading to 60, what is it, 68.5 to 69.5. The aggressive target is this cluster of the weekly central and the weekly R2. WTI. Okay, let's move over to gold. You know what? I don't see the watermark on this one, right? Insert, indicator, custom, watermark. It's going to be in the wrong place, in the wrong color, but you have it. All right, so boom, 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 boom. Okay, so our target for the week was here. That's why I have a big X. The big X is get out, or another, saying it a different way, is take profit. You'll notice that based on swing trading, we're outside the week. You know, I'm just going to change the template completely. Let's do this. Okay. Okay. I shouldn't say week. We're outside the month. So this is the logical, intelligent place to take profit. Yeah, sure. It went even further down to, I guess, what is this, M0? Right? Yeah, gee whiz. I don't know why you guys are lagging so bad and why it's freezing. I'm pushing out. I'm pushing out quite a bit of bandwidth, so I don't understand why YouTube would have a problem with that. Well, like I said, I'll just keep going and hopefully the recording's better. Okay. So anyways, gold hit its logical target. It started the month already oversold. And what you're supposed to do when you do in situations like that where you're bearish, the market's bearish, and in fact it's so bearish you don't even get retracement. So like a proper retracement was supposed to be up here. Now if you front run, which is something that I teach, front running might have given you an opportunity to sell here in this 122, 123 area. You'd have to be very aggressive and very astute and all that kind of stuff. So that's kind of backward looking a little bit. It's plausible. The other way of looking at it is when you open the month bearish, and you can see here like, oh, that was a bullish buy, and then all of a sudden it collapsed. In this situation, you use the moving averages as your dynamic level of resistance, and you're probably going to hit your target, which is this early in the month. Well, we didn't even hit it early in the month, so you can see it's like bearish, and you're getting opportunities, but you know, they're not perfect, but they're happening. And then you're supposed to get out here earlier in the month. Well, it was sort of middle of the month, which is okay. And you're supposed to take profit here if you're truly disciplined. And it did go lower. So, but then bounced as you would predict here. So there's a lot of shoulda, coulda, woulda. But this is a pretty significant bounce technically. If you want this to be bearish again, this is the place it needs to fall for you. In fact, I'll mark it this way. Okay, so if you're a bear, you kind of need it to fall here, because if you start making 100% retracements, well, they're not retracements, they're potentially reversals, right? And that would set up like, again, let's look at it from a bull's point of view. What if it did go higher than that? See, if bears needed to fall here, how will a bear react if it goes higher? It gets a lot of bears out of the market, right? So then that sets up September like this and like that is what I would think about September. Now, September's not for another week and a half, but there you go, right? All right, well, I'll keep today's video short. I don't know why YouTube would have a problem with this. Maybe I need to update the software, the broadcast software. So I'll keep it ultra short today. Let's just move on. Pig dog. Okay. Pig dog, our sell zone was here in late July, early August. Our target was here. We hit it. It dipped a little bit below, and now it's gone back up. Once again, similar to gold, you kind of think this would be your area to resell. So if you're a bear, you would want to resell this on a medium to longer term basis. Now, taking a look at this on a weekly basis, the target for this week as a bull was right here. Your entry was right here, like very, very easy bullish swing trade, right? Very, very straightforward bullish. You should have bought it here. Very, very straightforward swing trade. Then it hit the target, so that's done. This bullish move is technically done. Now, fundamentally, maybe there's a big rally in pound or dollar weakens for the rest of the year. This we don't know, but technically it's done for now on a weekly basis. So even if you're a bull, you would expect this to retrace, and you'd pick it up maybe Friday or Monday for something like that. Okay. Now a bear is going to say, aha, roll reversal, and bulls are going to take profit and get out of the market, right? So a bear is going to sell it hard. So we just don't know. Like you would, I think a bull and a bear would assume a dip here. If lots of bears sell and bulls wimp out, then you get this move. If bears are wimpy on selling and bulls are aggressive on buying it back, like like I'd buy it back if I was a bull. What is it today? Wednesday. On Friday, I would probably try to buy this because it's a cluster of monthly and weekly trade support for next week. So most people don't even know that that's where to buy, but that's next week's buy zone. And I'm thinking on Wednesday that I would buy it on Friday in anticipation of Tuesday's move. Yeah, I know. Let me say that again. I'd expect a retracement today so I could buy it on Friday in anticipation of Tuesday's rally. Okay, that's called a trade plan. Move over to the Euro buck. And just gone. So the weekly trade plan is down here. This is Monday's trade plan. The target was here. Well, it did triple top, right? And then just gone. Gone. So weeklies are dead to me. We've just blown through that. So what's the next target, you say? I don't have it on this chart, so I'm going to have to change my template. Boop, 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 doop, dee, dee, dee. So here's the real problem. The monthlies were dead to me, I don't know, 2 weeks ago. And now the weeklies are dead because we've blown through that. Tricky market technically. You got to go back to here and say, well, that was support for 2 months. It very well could be resistance now. And in that case, what I would do is I'd look at how the monthly acted as a left shoulder here, you know, just for fun, just to make it interesting. I'd probably look for this between now and Friday, and then next week's trade like that. And that just gets us to the top of this market. Okay. You know what I'm talking about? Up to this support, which is now resistance, dip to the left shoulder, then this is next week's pivot point, the next week's swing trade, plus the old weekly or monthly M1. That actually support rallies up into here and just gets us to the next level of resistance. And you know, and then how would you summarize the month of August? Nothing happened. Okay, yeah, euro dropped several hundred pips and then rallied several hundred pips, but we'll probably end August with the same price that started August. I know, right? Okay. Up into here, go USD kitty cat. We were anticipating a rally in oil. Remember that? We went through the chart just a few minutes ago. We anticipated a rally in oil, which would then probably, on at least one of the CAD pairs, create a Canadian dollar rally, which means down for this pair. And then the continuation of the lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. And as you can see, we're on our way to the lower low. We're going to get trapped in here on the weekly projected low is actually here. Let me just mark that, and then I'll zoom in. Okay, the weekly projected low is here. That's what we knew on Monday. If we were selling up here, this is what our target was. Now the thing is, then you look left and you say, well, that kind of looks like support. Okay, that's going to be support. So we got a cluster here of monthly support, price action support, market support. Let's drop into let's say an hourly and zoom in. Okay, so how are you going to treat this? Well, I think if you did sell up here, you wouldn't be wrong to take profit or take some profit, and then look for a rally and then a breakout. Or just take your money and run and say, you know, often August is sort of dead, right? But who knows? Anyways, make your decision. That's definitely support. Monthly basis, weekly basis, price basis, market basis probably will be supportive. Okay, which means maybe at least a short-term top on oil, maybe at that 68. Okay, we'll find out. And then Aussie. And because we're having technical problems, I think I'll just end it here. I know that's super short, but I mean, if you guys can't even participate in here because YouTube, the second largest, second most active website. Imagine the YouTube data center. I mean, oh my God. So I'm pushing it, or I'm pulling at 60. I'm probably pushing at 15 or 20, which is more than enough for this broadcast. So I don't know why there's a problem with YouTube. Anyways, let's go back into here on Aussie Yen. I got to preface this, I suppose, that we have sort of a mediocre move here. We had a breakout, which we did plan for, and then we got caught into the monthly bottom, which means we projected up here the bottom of August to be here. So then once we did get the lower low, guess what? It reversed. So we were in a place where there's three reasons or three possibilities of why it might reverse at that price. So then we set this up as an inverse head and shoulders. Sure enough, it actually did it. Son of a gun. So we had this projection from this low to the neckline high is this distance, which then I projected from the neckline up, which gets us over here. So in a different time frame, I had this marked for us. as a plausible target. Okay, right? So that's why we have this here. And then so we're watching price now work our way in. Up, 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 down, down, buy, up, 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 down, down, and maybe buy off this roll reversal. And if so, the target for this week is just under 82 if you're lucky. But certainly this 81.60 or 75 area is probably where